All right, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's show. We're going to be talking a little bit about some movie news, some Thunderbolts stuff, some romantic comedy stuff. It's going to be a good show. Welcome to the show. And if you guys are new here, be sure to turn on the post notifications. We got a bunch of new movies coming out. It is summertime. It is officially summertime. This is an ice cold water right here. That is going to push me through. It's again, like I said, it is going to be a busy summer for movies. We're going to be talking a little bit about that later down the line, what movies I'm looking forward to. So yeah, hey, how you guys doing? Let's just jump right into our first topic. Now, I don't really know how to talk about this topic because I haven't seen the movies. However, I am still going to talk about it. This is going to be probably one of the more interesting news stories that came out. It is a sequel, but not just one sequel. It is 3 sequels to 10 Things I Hate About You. Now, they just announced that 3 sequels were coming to this one movie back in, I believe, 1997, 1998, something like that. So that's kind of interesting. And yeah, so 10 Things I Hate About You sequels have been announced. Obviously, 10 Things I Hate About You was a romantic classic that I have never seen, but it starred Heath Ledger and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And is that Kate Winslet? Who is that? Let's check this out. Yeah, Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, excuse me. Yeah. So yeah. 1999, it is a beloved movie, and this comes from Variety. 10 Things I Hate About You director says a sequel is definitely in the works with hopes of a new trilogy. We have some pretty good ideas. The producer, excuse me, the first film is titled 10 Things I Hate About Dating and would be followed by 10 Things I Hate About Marriage, then 10 Things I Hate About Kids. So it seems as though they're doing kind of like a This Is 40. They talked about it a little bit. They talked about where, they want to do This Is 40, This Is 50, and then This Is 60, all the way up till then. There was what was the Before trilogy? So it seems like that's kind of what they're doing here. They want to make a through line trilogy. All I hope, because I like I said, I have not watched the first movie. I haven't watched the original, and that sucks because this is one of the most beloved rom-coms of all time, and I love me some rom-coms. I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He is like one of my favorite actors, and yeah, I'm really excited for this, honestly, because look, what else can you do, right? What else can you do with a movie like this? And the fact that they broke it down to 10 Things I Hate About Dating, 10 Things I Hate About Marriage, 10 Things I Hate About Kids, it kind of just tells me that they're going to be bringing in little parts of the movie. They're not remaking it. They're just making it new. They're making it new. And that's what I feel like remakes kind of have to do nowadays, to be fresh and to kind of cater to the new audience. I know a lot of people don't really like that. They don't really understand why things have to get remade and stuff. But this doesn't really seem like a remake. It seems like kind of a reboot and kind of acknowledging the old movie while making something new for new audiences, Again, more Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That is number one for me. I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle the absence of Heath Ledger. That's going to be like, is that going to be a plot point, or are they going to just kind of, I don't know. So I got to watch the first one. Before I start talking my shit. And I'm just really glad that, rom-coms are back. I love rom-coms. We had No Hard Feelings that just came out. Anyone But You, excuse me. Anybody But You? Anyone But You. Yeah, Anyone But You. That movie wasn't good, but it's still a rom-com. So, I mean, so yeah, I'm very glad that movies like this are being announced. If you guys have watched the first one, am I stupid for not watching the first one? Am I missing out? I feel like I am because, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, man. What can I say? I got a man crush on that man. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section of this news. 10 Things I Hate About You sequels were just announced. All right, everybody. Let's move on to our second topic here. Now, not too long ago, and it was announced I think about 2 years ago, that Bob Iger had recently came back into the foil for Disney, and he took back over as CEO, and it's exciting because he had a lot of plans to bring back Disney properties to what they were before the pandemic and what they were before the writer strikes and stuff like that. So Bob Iger stepped back in, and I'm just strictly going to be talking about the Marvel side of things because this is pretty big news. He was talking about Marvel here. Disney CEO states that quality over quantity is back in Marvel, at least he thinks. Let me pull up the article here because it's really interesting what he talks about, and he's being super transparent. Bob Iger calls Thunderbolts. Sorry, I have an ad. Bob Iger calls Thunderbolts the first and best example of Marvel's new focus on film. So Disney CEO Bob Iger sees Thunderbolts as the first and best example of Marvel's new focus on its feature slate yielding strong returns. During a press conference with Wall Street analysts Wednesday to discuss the company's better-than-expected results in the fiscal second quarter, Iger put the #1 box office attraction into strategic context. He basically goes on to say, in our zeal to flood our streaming platform with more content, we turned to all of our creative engines, including Marvel, and had them produce a lot more, Iger said, echoing his previous comments since returning as CEO. He goes on by saying, we've also learned over time that quality does not necessarily beget quality. Let me repeat that again. We've also learned over time that quality does not necessarily beget quality. I hope I'm saying that right. Beget? Beget? I don't know what that word is, to be honest. Frankly, we've always admitted ourselves that we lost a little focus by making too much. By consolidating a little bit and having Marvel focus on much more of their films, we believe it will result in better quality, and I think the first and best example of that is Thunderbolts. Okay. Does Bob Iger have a point? Does he have a point? Yes. The quality here for Thunderbolts is so apparent. It is so apparent. In my own review, which you can watch later after this live show, I stated, and a lot of people, not just me, a lot of people have been saying that this feels like a phase 1 old school Marvel movie. It feels like we are back in like phase 2, phase 3, where we're getting those quality singular stories that also set up certain things down the road. Now, one of the main focuses for Marvel right now is to make sure that they don't have to make audiences watch certain projects to understand the movie. Kevin Feige recently talked about it. He said he didn't want audiences to have homework. He didn't want it to feel like audiences needed to watch other properties, other TV shows, other movies just to understand this first one. Because let's be honest, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is about 35 movies, 34 movies, something like that, deep, with like maybe 10 Disney Plus shows, and it's a lot of content. It's a lot of backlog that you would have to get through if you want to quote unquote catch up and be able to understand what's going on. Excuse me, 1 second. Let me just adjust that right there. There we go. That's a little better. So yes, Disney has a little. They have a little project on their hands trying to rebuild Marvel, and Kevin Feige is also trying to rebuild Marvel too. So yeah, is this working right now? Yes. Let's look at it. Captain America: Brave New World, that was originally supposed to come out earlier than expected, than it did, excuse me. And they took the extra time to do some rewrites and do reshoots. They did a lot of reshoots. They basically remade the whole movie. From like, I want to say halfway through. So they remade that whole movie. They expected it to, reports were saying that it wasn't very good, that first draft, so that's why they decided to come back and, go back to the drawing board and reshoot and rewrite and stuff like that. So, fair to say, whatever you guys thought about Captain America Brave New World, I personally did enjoy the movie. It wasn't amazing, but I did enjoy the movie still. So I'm gonna call that a positive for these new era Marvel movies, as we're just gonna call them, or Marvel projects. Excuse me. These new era Marvel projects. Second, Daredevil Born Again. Now, Daredevil Born Again was also one of those situations that kind of everything was bad, according to reports. Everything was pretty bad, and they went back to the drawing board. They said, "Hey, we're gonna delay this, and we will release it when we think it is ready to be released." Kevin Feige, he scrapped it and he reshot the first 4 episodes. And look, people love it. People love Daredevil Born Again. Whether you think it's better than the Netflix show, whether you think it's, I don't know. It doesn't matter, because the universal score right now on Daredevil Born Again is that it is a win. So I personally have not watched it. That is something that I also have to watch. It's really hard for me to watch streaming shows, guys, when there's a 2-year-old, running around and singing the ABCs 50 times a day. It's really hard to pay attention to the TV sometimes. However, I'll get to it. Regardless, Daredevil Born Again is seen as a win for the majority of the Marvel fan base. And then we have Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, which we'll talk about a little bit after this. Thunderbolts is a huge win. It's doing pretty good at the box office, and critics are calling it one of the best Marvel movies since Endgame. They've said that so much. But I've seen it twice personally, and I can say, yeah, it is one of the better films since Endgame's release, and honestly, one of my favorite films since Endgame's release. It is really good. It is like very good, thought-provoking Marvel that actually makes you feel like you are watching a Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3 kind of Marvel movie. So yes, Bob Iger does have a point here. That less content, more focus on quality yields good results. Albeit, look at this. I mean, they have like an 89%, 88% or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's fantastic. That is just another win that they can. Rebuilding Marvel is all about baby steps right now. You need to build up to Doomsday and Secret Wars, and if you can get Rotten Tomatoes scores like this, and have overwhelming positive feedback like this, like Thunderbolts has been having, that is a win. And then the money is going to come, because right now I believe they just crossed 200 million, something like that. They crossed $200 million at the box office, so they made their production budget back, and in order to make some profit, they're gonna have to probably go to like 380 to $400 million, which I honestly don't see them struggling to get. It's going to take some time, but I don't see them struggling. I want to see how the second weekend is going to be. We'll wait for that. But let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. The Disney CEO, Bob Iger, says quality over quantity is back for Marvel. What does that mean for the future? What does that mean for Fantastic Four? What does that mean for Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Secret Wars? These are all the movies that we know that are coming out, and it will be a part of this new regime to focus on quality over quantity. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments section. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and focus a little bit more on Thunderbolts, as Marvel is preparing to do their second week of marketing for this movie. Like I said, we're gonna try to focus a little bit more on their second weekend box office totals, because that's really gonna tell us how how good this movie is going to perform. What kind of drop are they going to get? Well, Marvel is trying to market the movie to a point where you have to go see it. And if nobody saw it during that first weekend, you're going to want to after this, as Marvel retitles Thunderbolts as part of its marketing. The Thunderbolts asterisk has been kind of a topic of conversation for a very long time, especially since the very first announcement, really, of the asterisk. Kevin Feige got on stage. He was saying, the asterisk actually means something. So, don't, be excited. That will come. And the time has come. Marvel's retitles Thunderbolts as the New Avengers as part of the marketing. I'm going to go ahead and crack this open real quick. So, all the marketing around everywhere, really, for the Thunderbolts, it's being changed to the New Avengers. Why are they doing this? Let's think about it, okay? Now, I would have said spoiler alert, but it's really not a spoiler. It's really not a spoiler. And so let's talk about it a little bit, okay? The retitle, it's not an actual retitle. They're not actually retitling the movie. You're not going to go on Wikipedia, you're not going to go on Google, and you're not going to type in The New Avengers. Okay? You're going to type in Thunderbolts. This movie is going to be titled Thunderbolts for the rest of time. It is still titled The Thunderbolts. This is clearly just marketing for, everybody who didn't see the movie that first weekend. They're going to see this and they're going to be like, wait, what? These are the New Avengers? This is who's going to be in Avengers Doomsday? So you're telling me these people are the New Avengers? Like, that's the commentary that is going to be going around for everybody who didn't see this movie that first weekend. Again, it's just a marketing play, but it's a fabulous marketing play. I feel as though this brings some intrigue to the movie that might not have been, because there was a really good marketing campaign behind this movie. You had people comparing this to an A24 film. You had people saying that this was amazing, and even the trailers showcased a bunch of A24 films that some of the people worked on, right? So the New Avengers title, it clearly goes in with the movie, but this is not a movie about the New Avengers, okay? The whole entirety of the movie is about the Thunderbolts. It's only at the very last part that they get titled the New Avengers, and that's kind of like a post-credit scene, really, that leads into to the future of Marvel. Did I just spoil something for you? I don't know, but I don't think I did, because really this isn't. They're not changing the title of the movie. That being said, did they do this too early? Did they start going around changing, ripping off the title of Thunderbolts? Did they start that too early? Honestly, yeah, I think they did. I started seeing this on Saturday. The Saturday that it came out. I started seeing marketing of the New Avengers, and personally, while I don't have an issue with spoilers and, stuff like that, I was like, oh, wow, you guys are really going to announce that right now? I thought it was really cool that they were doing that, but damn, I felt like that was quick. We're just kind of telling everybody, the New Avengers. Again, I don't feel like it's a spoiler, but I also feel, I know how you guys feel, where I get it. Some people, they're like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't get to see Thunderbolts. Why are they the New Avengers? And then they go in and then they figure it out. It's kind of like FOMO. They feel like they were left out. So, yeah, I don't know. Truth is, I really don't have a problem with it, but I do understand why some people would think, damn, they kind of just spoiled that. So I get it. I get both sides. I do think that they announced this a little too early. I would have waited until like Sunday, maybe Monday, because we didn't even get the actual box office reports before they started, announcing this and started tearing the stuff off. They didn't even give it until the end of the week. It was Saturday. So yeah, I definitely think that they announced that too early. And once again, okay, like I said, they're not retitling this. I've seen a lot of people online start ranking the Avengers movies, and they rank the Avengers movies and they add this movie, The New Avengers, into that ranking. This is not an Avengers movie. This is not an Avengers movie. This is a really smart marketing move. And it's a really cool marketing move because we've never really seen something like this happen. This is not an Avengers movie, though. Don't be fooled. This is not like, this is not a part of the Avengers film series. It doesn't go Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, The New Avengers, Avengers Doomsday, and then Avengers Secret Wars. This is not that, okay? In the movie, they are canonically the New Avengers, yes. But this is not an Avengers movie. Keep that in mind. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. Marvel officially retitles Thunderbolts as part of the marketing to the New Avengers. Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comment section. Go ahead and sound off down there. Start the discussion. Alrighty, guys. With that down, before we get to our main topic of the show, we're actually going to go take a quick little break and thank some of our sponsors that we do not have. But if you would like to have a sponsor, if you would like to be a sponsor of the On The Real podcast, go ahead and email me. I was about to say us, like there's a real team. No, it's just me. Go ahead and email me. Let me know. And this is where you can, play your little ad break. This is where you would be able to sponsor. So, yeah, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go pee. I'm going to drink some of my energy drink, regroup, and then we're going to talk about our main topic, the 5 upcoming movies, for me at least, coming in the next few months. All right. All right, everybody. I am back. I just had to take a little mental health break, This stuff is hard, man. This is fun, but it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of talking, man. All right, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. We're going to get into our last topic here. The 5 upcoming movies that I am excited for personally. So let's just get right into it, man. So there's a lot. Like I said in the very beginning of the show, we are going into the summer season. We're going into the summer season. And the summer season is arguably more busy than the holiday season. You know, you can argue down below in the comments if you'd like, but it's arguably more busy than the Christmas season. Now, I don't personally think that, but a lot of people can. We're going to talk about some of these upcoming movies because I am just so excited for the next, 2 months? The next 2 months of movies are going to be insane, so let's go ahead and jump into our first one. I'm going to be ranking these number 5 to number 1, my most anticipated. All right. Number 5 is going to be F1. F1 is very interesting to me because this is from Joseph Kosinski, who is the Top Gun Maverick director, and he did fantastic. Top Gun Maverick is one of probably my favorite movies that I have watched all freaking decade, really. All of my life, really. It is such a perfect movie, in my opinion, and I think he did an excellent job helming that. This movie is about racing cars. Top Gun Maverick was about fast airplanes. So yeah, I'm a little excited about this movie. It stars Brad Pitt, who I love. Brad Pitt is amazing. Damson Idris, who is like an up-and-coming actor in popularity. And he looks terrific in this. The trailers look terrific. And I just think this is probably one of those sleeper movies, right? I feel like a lot of people... And one of my favorite movies that have come out in the last 5 years. I believe 5 years. No, that came out in 2019. Whoa, I'm getting old. Okay, in the last 6 years then, was Ford versus Ferrari. And that movie was riveting. I feel like they did the action sequences and the racing sequences really well in that. And I feel as though Joseph Kosinski is going to be able to do that here with F1. So at number 5 of my most anticipated upcoming movies, I've got F1. All right, let's go ahead and move over to our number 4 pick. And this is going to be kind of weird. I understand. You guys, look, this is my list, okay? You guys put your list down below in the comments. But this is my list. A lot of people think I'm going to be putting, Mission Impossible or something. No. No. I'm putting Karate Kid Legends at number 4 of my most anticipated. This movie looks fucking sick, man. First of all, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. What the fuck is happening with my voice? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm a little sick, if you couldn't tell from my last stream and today's stream, but we're powering through. All right. A lot of people will tell you that I am a big fan of the 2010 Karate Kid starring Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith. Love that movie. I will never say never. I will fight till forever to make it right. Whenever you knock me down, I will not stay on the ground. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, up. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. So yes, I'm a huge fan of Karate Kid, the 2010. Not only based on nostalgia, because I was 10 when that came out, and I love that movie. But rewatching it, it's actually a really decent movie. And it's actually a really decent reboot / remake of the Karate Kid. Of course, they're not actually doing karate. They're doing kung fu. So that's where the intrigue of this comes in, where they bring in Jackie Chan, who is doing kung fu, and Daniel LaRusso, played by Mr. Ralph Macchio, who seems to never age. Dude, he's like 65. He does not look 65. Anyway, yeah, they bring them both in, karate and kung fu put together, and this new kid named Ben Wang. He is the new Karate Kid. If you guys didn't see American Born Chinese, me too. I did not see American Born Chinese, but it's on Disney Plus, and apparently he's really good in that TV show. So go check that out if you can. If you want to get a kind of a sneak peek on how he is going to be. But the first trailers came out not too long ago, and man, this fucking looks fun, dude. It feels like yesterday that they announced this movie. Feels like yesterday that they announced this movie was even coming, and I was like, what? Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio are both going to be in this movie? Like, how does that make sense? So it's in the same world. Are we going to get Jaden Smith? You know, is Cobra Kai going to be a part of this, right? And keep in mind, I'm a big fan now of the entire Karate Kid franchise. Like, the first Karate Kid, probably one of the best movies that came out in the 80s. I like the Cobra Kai series. It's not great, but I like it. I still enjoy it. Still need to finish that, by the way. Like I said, 2-year-olds, man. Anyway, and then the 2010 Karate Kid. So I'm a big fan of this little series that they got going on, this franchise that they got going on, man. I'm really excited for this. The trailers look badass. The combat looks fantastic. And yeah, man, those trailers really just did it for me. They really sold me on the movie, which is what a trailer should be doing. But yeah, enough said about Karate Kid Legends. That's coming out soon in, I want to say, a couple weeks. So yeah, really looking forward to my number 4 spot, Karate Kid Legends. At number 3. This is a big one. This was originally supposed to be a Disney Plus movie, straight to streaming Disney Plus movie. Thankfully, Disney saw their ways, and they decided that this needs to go on the big screen. Now, we're entering some dangerous waters here, because this is technically a live action remake of a fan favorite of Disney movies, Lilo and Stitch. And that's what I got at my number 3 spot, Lilo and Stitch. Don't come at me, but this looks adorable. She looks adorable. Stitch looks adorable. And the marketing for this movie has been off the charts. You have seen Stitch everywhere. Stitch was, he was at Cinemark scanning tickets. You see the marketing, they have spam themed, or not spam themed, Lilo and Stitch spam themed cans. There's a collector's edition, limited edition, 3 collectibles. I bought one and I ate it, but I'm going to go back and buy all 3 of them, because that is so sick. That is like so perfect. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch right now is everywhere. And this is one of, if not, well, okay, I won't say my top, but it is definitely up there for clearly it's up there on my list of most anticipated. It's at number 3. We're talking about it right now. But it is definitely my favorite Disney animated movie. That and a Goofy movie. Oh God, please don't remake a Goofy movie. Don't make that live action. But this is one that I was actually really curious about, because it's been so long since they announced it. Dean Fleischer Camp, he is the director of Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, and that won Best Animated Picture, I believe, back in 2020. So they got a really good director behind this. They have a really good cast behind this. Zach Galifianakis is playing Jumba. And then the dude from, I don't know his name right now. I got to look it up, but he's playing Pleakley. Unfortunately, they're not doing the cross-dressing. Hey, man, can't win all the battles, I guess, but hopefully it's still really good, because the trailers actually look decent, man. The trailers actually look decent, and I didn't know what it would look like. We've been kind of in the dark of this movie for 3 years since they announced it. And then we're like officially getting, new stills and photos and cast announcements, and then all of a sudden the movie's like 2 weeks away, which is crazy to me. So I'm really excited about this movie. Clearly, okay, a little short story. When my son was about to be born, and I didn't know he was about to be my son, and I was like 95% sure that I was gonna have a girl first. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna have a girl. My girl was actually supposed to be named Nani, which is from Lilo and Stitch, and I thought I was gonna have two girls, and the second girl was gonna be named Lilo. I really love those names. So, and then if I was gonna have a boy, it was gonna be named Stitch, or it was gonna be named Jamba, believe it or not, or freaking Bubbles. No, it wasn't gonna be. But yeah, Lilo and Nani, those were gonna be my girls. Anyway, let's move on here. Okay, number 3, Lilo and Stitch. I am so excited for this. You have no idea. All right, let's get into our number 2, our top 2. This is one of those movies that, like, Thunderbolts just catapulted my excitement for this movie, and I've been looking forward to it. And then I see the trailers, and then Thunderbolts just catapulted it into like a million. Okay, my anticipation level. Clearly, I'm talking about Fantastic Four: First Steps. I don't love the title. I feel like that's a mouthful. Pause. But Fantastic Four. First of all, this casting looks fantastic. You see what I did there? What did you say? It looks fantastic. It really does. But the casting looks great. You have Eben Moss Bachrach as the Rock, the Thing. I don't know what I was gonna say right there, but he looks great. He looks really good, and I kind of think that's what I'm most excited about is his performance. You might know him from The Bear. You have Pedro Pascal, who is just a hot commodity in Hollywood nowadays, as Mr. Reed Richards, as Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, and you have Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. This movie looks fantastic, man. What can I say? And that wasn't even done purposely. That was an accident. No pun intended. The movie looks great, though. I'm very curious to see how the 60s aesthetic works, because I love when movies do that, when they do period pieces. It's not set in the 1960s, but it has that kind of aesthetic around their world, because apparently this is supposed to be in a different universe. Directed by Matt Shakman, too, who did WandaVision. So if you're a really big fan, as I, of WandaVision, you're going to be in for a really good treat. He looks like a promising director, and this is his first feature film, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Fantastic Four. This looks great. Again, let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think about my list so far. Fantastic Four is something that I'm really excited for, because not like everybody else, but the first 2 Fantastic Four movies are nostalgic to me. They're not the greatest movies, but they are nostalgic. I mean, that cast is perfect. The one that you could really argue is like Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, but still, like, even still, he's like fantastic. I keep saying fantastic. He is like perfect in that role, but I can understand the arguments. So yes, Fantastic Four: First Steps. That is something that I am looking forward to, but there's one more that I am looking forward to the most, and I feel like you guys kind of know which one I'm looking forward to the most. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 changed me as a human being. I was someone else, and they played that damn song. Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your sister and your children and your brother. They played that damn song, and I exited that theater, and I exited a brand new person. This is the kind of chokehold that James Gunn has on me as a filmmaker. Any movie, any project that he is doing, I'm interested in, because he is like 5 for 5 on projects, on superhero projects. maybe 6 for 6, counting Peacemaker, I believe. I don't know how many he's done. But yes, of course, we're talking about my number one most anticipated movie, Superman. Da, 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 da. Wait, no, that's that's Star Wars. Never mind. But Superman is a movie that I am looking forward to so much. It is the most anticipated movie of 2025 for me, 100%. And I was really curious because James Gunn, he's starting a brand new DC universe, and he is starting a new film franchise, and it's starting with a rebooted Superman. A lot of people loved Henry Cavill's Superman. I also did, but I also understand that the movies were not that great. According to, I'm talking about the DCU. Man of Steel is good. It's good. My thoughts on it have changed. I personally don't love the movie, but it is good. And Henry Cavill is a fantastic Superman. Fantastic. See what I did there? No, he's a wonderful Superman, and I just wish he was in better projects. Now we have a Superman directed by James Gunn, who is one of my favorite directors in Hollywood right now. He is one of my favorite writers in Hollywood right now. And he brings on David Corenswet to play the titular role. You also have Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult is playing Lex Luthor. And then Rachel Brosnahan is playing Lois Lane. So you have a stacked cast here. I'm really interested to see, because James Gunn has been talking about this movie as not only a love letter to Superman, but a love letter to his father, and the relationship that he had with his father. And I'm really interested to see what he does with this, because this is not only my most anticipated, but this is a lot of people's most anticipated film of 2025. This movie also has a lot of ramifications on how the rest of the DCU performs. This movie has to be good. Because if it's not, if it's hovering around like a 55-60% Rotten Tomatoes score, that's going to turn a lot of people off. And who knows what that could do for the future of the DCU. So I don't know what it could do for it. But the possibilities, maybe some people don't want to go watch Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow after this. Maybe some people don't want to watch Clayface after this if it's not good. But to me, this looks like it's going to be I keep saying fantastic. That's the word of the day, everybody. Fantastic is the word of the day. Fantastic. This movie looks fantastic. It really does. I think that the trailers were perfect. It captured, and oh my God, don't even get me started with that score. It's a perfect score. So yeah, man. Not Fantastic Four. Superman. James Gunn's Superman is my number one most anticipated movie of 2025, and soon. Yeah, basically. What are your most anticipated movies coming up soon? How do you feel about my list? What do you feel about it? Did I get some stuff wrong? Am I not a cinephile like you? Am I crazy for not putting the Phoenician Scheme, the new Wes Anderson movie? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comment section of your guys' list of what you are looking forward to. And everybody, that's going to do it for this show. I had a lot of fun doing this show, man. I had time to prepare, and I had time to actually talk about movies. It's amazing. It's a great time to be a movie fan. We have, like I said, we have all these movies coming out that I am so excited for, and I'm excited for you guys to be here and join me talking about movies. Before I go, don't forget to turn on the post notifications so you guys never miss another live stream, if you guys never miss another video, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. We're going to be talking about movies nonstop. So if you like me, if you like this face, if you like this bald head underneath, I did shave my head. I'm not showing you everything. If you guys like that, if you guys like this show, first of all, thank you. Second of all, yeah, be sure to show your support and comment down below. Let's start a discussion, because this is what we are. This is what the movie community is. We talk about movies. We watch movies and we talk about them. So why not talk about them down below in the comment section? Put your comments down there. Put all your thoughts and stuff down there. Alrighty, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for another live stream, for another video. And once again, I appreciate you. All right. Take care.